This is Additive Scene Manager. So if you're working with Unity 5 and the Scene Manager class, and you're loading scenes asynchronously, or you're loading scenes additively, or you're working with the async operation, this tool should help you out. So if I look at my game controller at the scene controller script, you can add scenes which are going to be loaded when the game starts. You can add persistent scenes which won't be unloaded when you call onload functions. It shows you currently loaded scenes and also lets you load new scenes just like this or like that. It also lets you unload scenes by clicking the minus button. So because these three scenes are set to load at start, if I click play, we can see that those get loaded, but so does room B. Let's take a look why. So I'm going to look at room A, and room A has a scene trigger. In fact, let's load up the entire project. There we go. These are all the scenes. So each scene is a room, and as you go in between the rooms, only the adjoining room will get loaded. So each room has a scene trigger, and the scene trigger has the additive scene trigger. And you can set visible scenes. So whatever scenes are visible from this scene are going to be loaded when you enter into the trigger. So here it says room B is visible. So room B will get loaded, and that's right here. And when I go into room B, room A, C, D, and F will get loaded because those are the four rooms around it. Okay, so if I just go back to my player camera and I look at the game controller, these three scenes will get loaded on start. And because I'm in room A, room B will get loaded. Now when I walk into room B, the four rooms adjoining are loaded. So we can see those. And as I walk between the rooms, only the scenes that are visible from this scene are loaded. Now if we slow it down, we can see exactly what's happening as I walk through a door. I'm going to press pause and step through it step by step. So I've just touched the trigger, and what's going to happen here is room A is loading. It's set to load automatically, and so is C and F. So if I go forward by one frame, we can see that room A got loaded. There's room C, and now room F got loaded. So that happens asynchronously and additively so that you as the player don't really see it. Now here, because the rooms are so close, I can see it loading, but of course in our game design we would account for that. So this lets you easily see what's happening. Now I can also load scenes from script. So if I just call load level, room B, C, D, E, and I can also set a bool. What the bool is the async operations allow scene activation. And this just allows the scene to be activated. So before a scene is completely loaded, it loads up to a progress of 0.9, and then it waits for the allow scene activation bool to be set to say, am I allowed to show this scene? So that lets you load scenes asynchronously and additively and not show them until you go ahead and set that bool. So some of these are set to false, and what that means is that bool will be set to false. The scenes will not load automatically. They'll be loaded asynchronously, but they'll be waiting for the bool before actually showing. So we can see that right here. If I save the script and hit play, here we go. Room B, C, D, and E have not been loaded yet. Room C is set to true, but because room C was loaded after room B has to be completely loaded first. So once the room B has the allow scene activation bool set, which is this checkbox, then room C can go ahead and load because it's set to true, automatically load. Now we have the same thing happening here. D is set to false, so it's paused. It's holding up the loading queue. So if we say allow room D to be shown, then room E can go ahead and load. So I hope this helps make your project a lot easier if you're working with additive asynchronous scenes. For us, we're working in VR, so this works really well for our VR camera setup and loading the content asynchronously and additively. Thanks for watching, and see you guys soon.